At the Devil Are We? I'm Matt, and we've got some more Inside Edition can't miss moments. I love these. I think some of them are great. Some of them are puff pieces that probably, you know, like a kid stuck in a basket. Like, that news? Is it even worth putting a video on? People probably say the same about mine, so fair enough. Let's take a look.
That brave smile masks a horrible reality for this young woman. She was mauled by a grizzly bear. Look at the gruesome claw wounds on her back.
I have a whole bunch of puncture wounds.
Vanessa Chaput tells Inside Edition she was attacked while jogging on this beautiful mountainside trail in Haines Junction, Canada. Her
Oh, it's beautiful views, I must admit.
dog Luna was with her.
The bear had taken my head in its mouth and had taken me down to the ground.
During the attack, the bear bit into Vanessa's hair clip. Apparently, the grizzly didn't find that too appetizing and started to back off. Vanessa says her barking dog also scared off the beast.
Vanessa showed us a similar clip to explain what happened when the bear bit down.
It crushed the clip, and I think the spring part just kind of exploded in his mouth.
She got lucky she were wearing that then.
Vanessa was rushed to the hospital. She was left with these vicious wounds as well as a broken arm. But she feels lucky to be alive, thanks to a plastic hair clip.
Don't forget your dog. I mean, people who go jogging like in areas like that where, you know, there's going to be bears and stuff. I know it's probably a rare occasion, but it's a risk. Not a risk I would want to take.
These were some of the world's worst roommates. This 2023 video showed a man in Lake Forest, California going nuts with a pickaxe. The terror began after his car
What was he trying to do? Because he was trying to put an hole in the wall. He's doing a piss poor job of it.
crashed into this house. The suspect, Tyler Graves, climbed out and went into the house where he rented a room. He tried using the keypad to get inside, but it didn't work. So he body slammed the door until it opened. Then he began wildly swinging the pickaxe. Finally, his roommate's door opened.
Is he pissed? Because the way he was swinging that pickaxe, he was like he was missing the wall more than he was hitting it, or the door.
Roommate spoke to Inside Edition.
We kind of tussled around for a little bit.
What's wrong, dude? What's wrong? Talk to me.
I was just trying to keep him calm and just end the aggression there, you know? So when I felt like that was working, I got up off of him and I grabbed the axe, and as soon as I did that, I just bolted as fast as I could away from him.
The cops eventually came to his rescue.
It's not me. It wasn't me.
He grabbed the axe and his roommate ran for cover. The deputies yelled for him to put down the axe and then fired.
It was
That shocked me because it's like it was. I don't know. They were a bit quick there to shoot. I don't know.
a 12 gauge.
He's got an axe.
Less lethal shotgun, which deploys a beanbag, as well as a taser was also used.
After the
Fair enough then.
incident, the suspect was charged with assault with a deadly weapon, exhibiting a deadly weapon, and resisting, obstructing, and delaying a peace officer. As of July 2024, the case is still open.
Why though? Why did he do it?
She's being called the roommate from hell, a college freshman who hated her roommate so much she allegedly did some diabolical things to get her roommate to move out.
In 2017,
Some diabolical things for a roommate to move out.
college student Chanel Rowe said living with her roommate made her sick.
This is beyond ridiculous.
Rowe moved into her dorm at the University of Hartford in Connecticut. She and roommate Brianna Brochu did not get along.
All in the eyes.
Felt like I was unwanted. While I've been here, I've been getting sick.
Chanel had enough and moved out. That's when Brianna posted this shocking admission on Instagram. After 1.5 months of spitting in her coconut oil, putting her toothbrush in places where the sun doesn't shine, and so much more, I can finally say goodbye, Jamaican Barbie. Brianna's antics may have given her roommate a bacterial infection in her throat. The University of Hartford expelled Brianna, and she was arrested on breach of peace and criminal mischief.
Some people are not wired right, are they?
Brianna, do you have anything to say?
Brianna Brochu later went to court for her crimes.
Nasty! Nasty!
The case was racially
People shouting at her.
tinged.
No justice, no peace.
The local NAACP says Brianna should be charged with the hate crime. Her lawyer
I bet if this was the other way around, they wouldn't be out there sort of going, oh, they should be charged with an hate crime. No, there wouldn't be anywhere near as much vigour. End of the day, she's got caught, went to court, been prosecuted. What more do you want? Throw the book at her because it's a white girl. Right. Racism works both ways, folks. It really does.
Tom Stevens disagreed.
There was nothing racial that motivated this. This was two students who were placed together
Two people could just not get along.
randomly who didn't like each other.
Rochu was later sentenced to accelerated probation.
Wow.
In 2020, Heidi Russell lived in a tiny New York City apartment with an alleged squatter.
It's been over 14 months of pure hell, basically.
The space was just 650 square feet.
Hi, this is Anne with Inside Edition. We'd just like to speak to you if you're here, if you're home.
Not once if you're there, not twice if you're not. Like a bloody seance.
Can we come in? Hello?
Heidi Russell told Anne Mercogliano the woman moved in a year before and was supposed
It's awfully quiet in there and there's a weird smell.
to pay $2,000 a month for rent, but hadn't paid a dime.
Why can't you evict her?
Even though she's a squatter, the city says that she has these rights.
That's true. The
Squatters' rights. I don't know. There shouldn't be any rights for fucking squatters, to be honest.
pandemic has put evictions on hold in New York City.
I'm aware there's situations where someone maybe is living somewhere, they don't have anywhere to go, they've got hardship and they can't afford to pay, and the government should step in. But if you're there and you go, I'm purposely just not paying rent and I'm not moving out, what are you going to do about it? The law seems to just protect them and say, yeah, it's going to take about a year to get them out. It's like, no. I'd be angry if I was a owner of a property and someone just decided I'm not leaving and the law said you can't do anything about it unless you go through the courts.
Heidi says she took the woman to court, but the judge ruled that the alleged squatter would be allowed access to the apartment for the foreseeable future.
Heidi says the alleged squatter sprayed COVID-19 disinfectant everywhere.
There was 3 instances where she actually raised the bottle and sprayed like the back of my neck.
I don't know if anyone. I watched. I think I watched an episode on Asmongold. I say episode. I watched a video of Asmongold's where he was watching another video that someone did. And basically, I think it was a squatter in California. Some woman wouldn't leave. So some guy who owned the property got another guy in as like a tenant, and he was basically put her through hell so that she'd eventually move out. And some of the stuff that he was doing, it was hilarious. Nothing violent or anything, but it was just like, if you're a neighbour in that sort of neighbourhood, you go, you know, what they're doing in there. Yeah, it was hilarious. But eventually she moved out and decided to quit. Took a lot though. Took a lot to get her out.
This was a photo taken before the alleged squatter moved in. This was after. Heidi says she had to brush her teeth in the building's laundry room because her roommate took over the bathroom.
How has your life been turned upside down by this?
Oh, it's just unconscionable and it's unimaginable.
In 2016, Danielle Jones was allegedly attacked by a roommate she found on Craigslist. The incident left her in a coma. The 23-year-old Florida woman was allegedly stabbed and beaten by Byron Mitchell. Mitchell was staying at the apartment for less than a week when cops say he attacked her on her birthday. Her eyes hemorrhaged because she was strangled so badly. She also had to have a tracheotomy. Mitchell reportedly called 911 claiming that Danielle attacked him, and he acted in self-defense.
Is anyone going to be out there on picket lines arguing for tougher sentences for racially aggravated assault? Nope.
The 35-year-old...
Because you know what? Sometimes people just awful people. whether you're black, white, whatever. People are just people. Awful.
He was arrested and charged with attempted murder. He was later sentenced to life in prison.
Why would you just meet someone random off fucking Craigslist and invite him to be a roommate?
Thumbs up. Come on.
Good job.
A few weeks later, Danielle woke up after being in a coma for 24 days. She was able to open her eyes, smile, and talk.
You want chocolate milk? Okay, mamita, we'll get you chocolate milk.
She was also able to sit up and give a thumbs up. After the incident, she underwent physical therapy and neurorehabilitation to regain memory of that night. This roommate war was from June of 2024. Marissa Simonetti tried to drive out her roommate by releasing a tarantula.
The tarantula is down there that I just bought!
She also banged pots and pans together. Downstairs, the targeted roommate called 911.
The blasting music and acting very erratic.
As loud music played, items were tossed down the stairs.
I think the situation spiraled 100%.
Simonetti told Jim Murray this was a last-ditch attempt at getting her roommate to leave.
The tape looks crazy. You're smashing pots and pans and throw a tarantula toward her room.
Yeah, I thought she needs to think that I'm crazy, so she gets out of the house.
What? Sorry, I was speechless there. I thought she was going to be the victim then. You know, like, oh yeah, they threw a tarantula at me and stuff. So she's the fucking whack job that's throwing tarantulas and banging pots and pans and screaming. And she's saying that, oh, I think they needed to think I was crazy. Clearly, yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to put on a good show. And I sure did.
You wanted her to think you were crazy.
Yes, it's from the Home Alone movie. We've all seen Home Alone. I was inspired by Kevin McAllister.
Simonetti was a single mother who was running for public office as county commissioner in Edina, Minnesota.
You're running for an office as a lawmaker, and it doesn't sound like you're obeying the law.
You know, I can appreciate that perspective. I'm sorry I
can appreciate that perspective, but you're wrong. Fucking hell, what a whack job.
I did it. I'm sorry it escalated. I was scared and I had no one there for me and I didn't know what to do.
Sounded like she was having fun doing it.
She was charged with misdemeanor assault and the roommate eventually moved out. After the ordeal, the spider was never found.
I've been scared to go down in the basement.
You're the one who threw the tarantula.
It's not over yet. 5 days after
What a whack job.
After that computer glitch that caused chaos around the world, there are still major problems. Hundreds more flights were canceled or delayed today, with passengers sleeping on airport floors. The problem has also led to a shortage of rental cars, but that wasn't going to stop one dad from meeting up with his family on vacation. As Jim Murray reports, it was U-Haul to the rescue.
Yes! Now this is determination.
Here comes our dad.
This dad rented a U-Haul to go on vacation after his American Airlines flight was canceled and all rental cars were sold out.
Our dad had no rental car. He got a U-Haul.
All right, calm down.
His overjoyed family greets.
Fair enough. There was no plane. He had to get there. Everyone, because there were no planes, everyone hired a car. There were no cars available, so he hired a truck.
Him as he arrives at their vacation rental in Sarasota, Florida, after 3.5 hours in the U-Haul.
They all left on Thursday.
What's a beer container is that not illegal in the US of A?
Thursday, and they had no problems. I left Friday, and that's when we had the issues.
I spoke to David Whalen.
What's Joffrey doing there on the left?
Wife Heather and their 3 kids today.
We celebrated and gave him a cold beer as his reward for making it to the beach with us.
Now you guys are together, but what about your bags? Are they lost?
Yeah, so I still don't have my bags. It's been an absolute nightmare. I keep getting a runaround. I don't know when the luggage is going to come.
Whalen's ordeal comes amid continuing airport chaos caused by last Friday's global computer meltdown. Look at this sea of bags. And there were similar scenes at LAX today.
Your bag's been lost for how long?
For about 3 days.
You've been sleeping here because you're waiting for your luggage.
Yes, yes, I have.
Well, you're sleeping there because you've got no luggage.
So it's frustrating.
Delta seems to be especially hard hit. The Department of Transportation has said today it's opened an investigation into Delta's handling of the computer outage.
This is now 5 days after last week's global tech outage.
Lindsay Pierce says she, her husband, and their 4 kids flew in from Portland to catch a connecting flight in LA on their way to Disney World.
Compensation face. That's what we call it in the UK. You know, like when you've got someone who, I don't know, like maybe you've been wronged some way, and then they end up having a picture for the local journalist goes out, we get a picture of you, and it's like, don't smile. So this sort of go, it's like compensation face, because you know for a fact they're putting the story out there so they get some level of compensation.
And they've been here ever since. How disappointed is your family?
If you don't get luggage, you can still get on a fucking plane, surely. I know it's not ideal, but I don't know. I know in some circumstances, it's not like you can just turn up with no clothing whatsoever. Especially when you've got loads of kids.
I'm heartbroken. They are absolutely heartbroken.
We're road tripping it.
Other frustrated flyers are detailing their ordeal on social media.
We're driving to Vegas.
But it's hard to beat the U-Haul dad for good old American ingenuity.
Woo! Here comes our dad.
It started out as a thrilling adventure for a dad and his daughter hiking up the.
He looks. Is that a smile or is that a? Not really going to enjoy this.
Iconic Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. Then disaster as the daughter loses her footing and slides 250 feet down the mountain, causing her death. Les Trent spoke with her heartbroken father.
It's one of the most dangerous hikes in the country. Half Dome
Guilty now.
in Yosemite National Park is an iconic rock formation. Beautiful, but also treacherous. Every year it draws hundreds of visitors heading for the summit. At times they climb single file, but it's the final leg of the ascent that presents the most danger. You must hang on to cables as you gingerly make the climb. There is nothing to protect you from falling. Now, tragedy has...
That's far too much of a risk for you and for people behind you. I mean, if you get a bit of heat stroke or you sort of faint, you're just going to fall backwards and you're just going to wipe out everyone who's behind you.
Half Dome. 20-year-old Grace Roloff was hiking with her father, a sport they loved. Together, they've logged more than 1,000 miles of hiking. And now, it was time for Half Dome. Jonathan Roloff tells Inside Edition Grace had checked the forecast.
It's supposed to be 65 and cloudy all day, so no rain in the forecast. It looks like we're going to have a beautiful day to get up to the top of Half Dome.
They made it to the top. Then, a storm appeared out of nowhere.
I did hear just a loud boom coming from behind me, and I looked behind me, and I saw some dark rain clouds coming in, and we just knew the danger. So I was like, all right, Grace, we got to get down. Let's get down. Let's grab our stuff and get down now.
It began to...
I mean, in that situation, you don't want to get caught out, especially if rain's coming in. You might freeze. You know, it's getting cold. Or do you just sort of go, right, we're better off to staying put and holding tight and bunkering down until it passes? I mean, look at that. It's like no one's tethered. So you can imagine that knock-on effect. Like, if he sort of, the guy now with the red backpack, if he sort of fainted, no, he's just going to barrel roll into the next guy who's going to hit the next guy. Then you've got a lot of people coming down, and it's just going to be an avalanche of people after people.
Poured during their descent.
It just happened in the blink of the eye that she slid down the side, and you know, it was a traumatic thing to experience. I could see her the whole time, and I was like, Grace, I'm here. You know, I'm not going to leave you. Someone's coming to get you. Stick with me. If you can hear my voice, let me know. And, you know, I love you. I'm here with you. I'm not going to leave you.
As Jonathan Roloff mourns his daughter's death, he says he will work to make Half Dome a safer adventure.
That looks like too much of a risk.
Take a look at this woman's dress. Do you see anything inappropriate? Well, the manager at a popular steakhouse did, and when you see the uniform the waitresses wear, you may be scratching your head. Allison Hall explained.
It sure looks like a typical summer outfit.
And the waitress is wearing shorts, though. Shorts is different.
Easy breezy. So how did it lead to a woman being asked to leave a restaurant?
I don't see anything particular wrong with that. I mean, I don't know if it had straps. I probably have a different perception.
For inappropriate attire. Iman McClanahan says she was turned away from Stab's Prime Restaurant in Baton Rouge.
The owner comes out and she's like,
Well, she's either the owner or she's not. I don't think owner in inverted commas makes any difference.
"Ma'am, you can't wear that in here." And I'm like, "What's wrong with what I have on?" And she's like, "It's too revealing. You can either go put on a jacket or find somewhere else to eat."
I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with
The
to be honest.
32-year-old nurse practitioner recorded the encounter because she was so upset.
This is just too revealing at the top. Okay, I'm telling you that we have buckled down on our dress code.
Looks like a proper Karen.
It's been like this for a while now.
How did it make you feel?
It really made me feel.
I wonder sometimes whether they're actually talking to the person. You know, when they're sitting in front of the camera, the screen, and going, "How did it make you feel?" I think it was all pre-recorded, and they're just pretending that they're interviewing them.
Feel terrible. It made me feel ashamed. I never thought of myself as a plus size woman, so then it makes me become hypercritical.
Hey, to break it to you, love, you're a plus size woman, just like I'm a plus size man. You don't want to admit it, but that's the truth.
Myself, it's all emotionally damaging.
Then an interesting turn happened. Her cell phone recorded a waitress wearing the restaurant's uniform.
The servers have on fishnets with like mini skirts and like crop tops. If you're
They look like shorts underneath there.
going to hold your customer to a standard, then your wait staff needs to have that same standard.
A dress code posted on the restaurant's website calls for business casual and not revealing clothes, including tank tops.
It says no tank tops, but you're telling me that in a tank top.
The restaurant says
I don't know. I don't know.
Statement. For the last several weeks, we have actually been working on a different uniform so that we are not asking a different standard for our customers than we are requiring of our staff.
And so I'm just standing there kind of flabbergasted because I'm like,
I don't know. I mean, end of the day, it's her restaurant, right? And I'm under the belief that if it's your business, you should be able to just impose whatever standards, because then people can go, well, I'm not going to eat here, and you've lost my custom, so I'm not going to be spending my money here. On the flip side, if they've just admitted that we've got standards that we're not adhering to, but we're going to change those, then what they should have done is probably say, "Ma'am, you're borderline. Just this once, okay, but please, next time, could you wear something different on a jacket?" And that would have been enough, like, realistically. I wouldn't have just come out saying, put a jacket on or don't eat here. Yeah, seems a bit inappropriate to me, from the owner.
I've never had this
I don't think there's much wrong with that dress.
problem happen to me before, so it really felt like I was like being prejudged or discriminated against.
Powerful stories that change the way you.
Okay, some good moments in there. Some heartbreaking ones, really. The dad watching his daughter sliding down the side of that mountain. Heartbreaking. To have to witness something like that. Which made me feel guilty about the photograph now. Obviously, he'd love for doing it with his daughter. Who wouldn't? So, yeah, some good moments in there. That last one, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Do you see anything wrong with it? Let me know. I think the owner was a little bit of a Karen who could have approached it a different way. especially if they've admitted that they don't have the same standards for their wait staff. Fair enough, then. Your dress code is ambiguous. It's ambiguous. Anyway, that's it for this one. If you do me a favour, hit that subscribe button. That's going to help me out massively. If not, that's fine. I will see you on the next one. You take care.